Appearing on CNN's New Day on Monday morning, conservative attorney George Conway stated that former President Donald Trump did not do himself or his lawyers any favors by talking about the January 6th Capitol riot over the weekend. On Saturday, the former president claimed he would consider pardoning the January 6th insurrectionists if he is reelected in 2024. And then on Sunday, he issued a statement where he all but admitted that he was attempting to get former Vice President Mike Pence to change the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. Speaking with co-host Brianna, Keilar, and John Berman, Conway, the husband of former Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway, said the former president's lawyers need to reel him in. Take a look at the CNN discussion.
If I run and if I win, we will treat those people from January 6th fairly. We will treat them fairly. And if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons because they are being treated so unfairly.
The legal implications of that, George.
Well, I mean, if it were possible for someone to have violated their oath of office before even taking it, well, he just did that right there. As far as the practical legal implications of it are concerned, it actually goes to his intent for the second time he was impeached, his intent to obstruct, to cause an insurrection on Capitol Hill. I mean, he actually wanted them to do this, and the fact that he is now praising them for having done this shows that his intent was pretty much, his state of mind was pretty much as Stephanie Grisham has described it. He was glad they did it. And that, in turn, goes to the potential criminal investigation that he's been apparently very much afraid of, given the speech he just gave. This goes to, again, his intent to obstruct, and I'm using words in Title 18, Section 1512C of the U.S. Code, to obstruct or otherwise impede the proceedings, the official proceedings before Congress to count the electoral votes. I mean, he wanted that stopped, and he did that in a bunch of different ways. One was inciting violence, which he now proposes to reward people with pardons. He did that through strong-arming his vice president to overturn the election, as his statement last night said, and he did that in also by having his campaign, I assume he had some involvement in it, prepare these false and fake electoral certificates. And so all of these things really, I mean, it's all starting to gel, the public information. And the real question is, I mean, obviously the January 6th committee is on top of it and has been collecting evidence. The question is whether any of this evidence will be presented to a grand jury.
I want to overturn the election.
You know, somebody really should read him his Miranda rights. He has the right to remain silent. I mean, he just is incriminating himself with all of these statements. The statements that he, when he praises the insurrectionists, but this is just absurd. I mean, he's just not he's not a very smart man. He's a very arrogant man, and he's now, and sometimes every so often, when it comes to his bad intent, he tells the truth, and that's what he's telling here. He wanted this election to be overturned against the results, against the will of the people. He wanted to end constitutional democracy in the United States. And he's just out and out admitting it now.
Conway continued, saying that Trump is someone who essentially doesn't care about the country, doesn't care about morality, doesn't care about right and wrong, doesn't care about democracy. He doesn't care about the people he sends up to Capitol Hill who might get hurt. He doesn't care about the police officers who get hurt. He only cares about one thing, and that's himself. And it's just a complete disgrace. He's beneath contempt, and the notion that he could possibly run for president again and be elected is frankly a stain on the United States Senate, which could have been prevented, and an embarrassment to the country, he said. Watergate figure John Dean warned Trump's comments were beyond a demagogue to the stuff of dictators. He's defying the rule of law. Failure to confront a tyrant only encourages bad behavior. If thinking Americans don't understand what Trump is doing and what the criminal justice system must do, we are all in big trouble, he said. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. And if you'd like to see more of the Raw Report, please like and subscribe and join others who like their news raw too.